Hi there, I'm Dr. David Mitchell. I've spent over 30 years working with thousands of people over the age of 50, and if there's one thing I've heard again and again from my patients, it's this: I guess I'm just getting old. That's why my legs feel weak and my hands shake. Right? Doc, have you ever said something like that? I get it. I truly do, because my own mother whispered those same words to me once. One morning, she was sitting on the couch, trying to stand up without holding on to the armrest. But she couldn't. She slowly sat back down, sighed, and said, I guess age is finally catching up with me. But you know what? Here's the truth. Muscle loss isn't just a part of getting older. It happens because your body stops receiving the signals it needs to maintain strength. It's not your fate. It's a metabolic condition, something called anabolic resistance. And the amazing thing is, it can be reversed. Now, I want you to imagine this. A 73-year-old woman who used to need help just to stand up, now walking around the park, light on her feet, swinging her arms, smiling like she's got the world back. That's not rare. I've seen it happen many times. And no, they didn't have to hit the gym 5 times a week or buy expensive supplements. They just had to understand one thing. The body can recover at any age. Muscle loss doesn't knock on the door and barge in. It sneaks up on you. One day, stairs feel harder. Next day, you lose your balance stepping off the curb. Then suddenly, getting up from a chair feels like a chore. And you think to yourself, I must be getting old. But I'm here to tell you from both medical experience and human experience, it's not because you're old. It's because your muscles are crying out for help. And yes, they can be helped. Muscles are living tissue. They have memory. And if you give them the right signals through proper nutrition, movement, and meal timing, they'll respond. I once worked with a 68-year-old man, a retired mechanic. He was embarrassed by how much his body had declined. But after making the right changes to his diet, including one key food I'll share with you shortly within just a few months, he was lifting bags of soil, fixing bikes for his grandkids, and most importantly, he felt like himself again. You see, it's not age that makes you weak. It's the wrong habits, poor nutrition, and the misbelief that aging equals decline. And today, I want to invite you to start a new chapter, a journey of regaining strength, trust in your body, and the freedom to do the things you love. At 60 or beyond, let's begin together. I want you to pause for just a few seconds and really think back on the journey your body has taken over the years. Have you noticed that the strength in your legs just isn't what it used to be? That even a short flight of stairs leaves you winded and tired? You're not alone. I've heard this time and time again over the last 30 years working with people over 50. A woman named Margaret, 68 years old, once sat across from me and said, Dr. Mitchell, I'm not afraid of wrinkles. I'm afraid of the day I can't get out of the bed anymore. That sentence stuck with me. It still does. And you know what? We don't grow weaker because we age. We grow weaker because we lose muscle. And muscle, to me, is like your body's hidden health savings account. Muscles don't just help you stand, walk, or carry groceries. They're your energy plant, your metabolic bodyguard. With more muscle, your body burns more calories even while you sleep. You keep your weight in check. Your blood sugar is more stable. Visceral fat doesn't build up as easily. And your heart, it works more efficiently. In fact, a study out of Harvard showed something remarkable. Older adults with more muscle mass don't just move better. They live longer. And no, it's not because they spend hours lifting weights at the gym. It's because they've kept a body that knows how to hold on to its strength from the inside out. Let me ask you to picture this. You're 60. You get out of bed in the morning, your feet land firmly on the floor. No wobbling, no reaching for the wall. You walk out to your garden, water the flowers, carry the watering can with ease. And when your grandkids run up to hug you, you're right there, standing tall, smiling wide. That feeling of freedom, confidence, and independence starts with the muscle you protect today. So if you've been told that losing muscle is just part of getting older, I'm here to tell you that's not true. You can stop it, and you deserve to stay strong, healthy, and fully alive in the years ahead. And we're going to do this together, starting with something small, something simple, like a single food packed with surprising power that I'll share with you in just a moment. Hi, I'm Dr. David Mitchell. And today, I want to sit down with you like two friends around the same age and talk about something that maybe no one has told you clearly enough. Muscle loss is happening inside your body quietly. Every single day, I've seen hundreds, maybe thousands of patients over 60, and what they tell me, it's almost always the same. My legs just aren't as strong as they used to be. Doc, it's harder to get out of a chair. Walking just a little longer makes my legs ache and my heart race. And sadly, most people think this is just part of getting old. They shrug and say, well, I'm getting older. Guess this is normal. but it's not. It really doesn't have to be that way. Let me paint a picture for you. Your muscles, the ones that once helped you walk briskly, lift your grandkids, and feel steady on your feet, they're being slowly worn away, not by age itself, but by too much sitting and not enough movement. Now listen, I'm not saying you need to go to a gym or lift heavy weights. That's not what this is about. What your muscles need is simply not to be forgotten. Just small actions. That's all it takes to wake them up again. Try standing up and sitting down from a chair 10 times each morning. Take a short walk around your home or porch in the afternoon, even just 10 minutes. Stretch your legs, back, and shoulders gently while you're watching TV. I had a patient, Gloria, she's 72. She used to rely on a cane just to move around the house because her legs felt so weak. But after just 6 weeks of doing those small movements every day, standing, stretching, walking around her yard, she called me and said, "Dr. Mitchell, I put my cane back in the closet." You see, it's never too late to start. Science calls it sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. But I call it the silent thief because it doesn't hurt. It doesn't send warnings. And by the time you notice it, your strength may already be slipping away. Have you felt that way before? If you have, I hope you don't ignore those signs. Because your body, it's never stopped working hard for you. It just needs the chance to rebuild. And it can, starting with just one small step today. I've spent over 30 years working with people over the age of 50. Wonderful people, strong, wise, and also very honest about the struggles that come with aging. And one thing I hear over and over again is this: "David, I eat healthy. I walk every morning, but I still feel weaker. It's like my body just isn't absorbing anything anymore." Have you ever felt that way? Chances are, what you're experiencing is something called insulin resistance. Or simply put, your body doesn't respond to insulin as well as it used to. And that matters a lot when it comes to building or maintaining muscle. Let me explain it simply. Insulin is like a delivery truck. It takes protein and other important nutrients and carries them into your muscle cells. But as we age, that delivery truck starts to slow down. And sometimes it just doesn't show up at the door. So even if you're eating enough protein, drinking milk, or taking supplements, your body might not be absorbing it the way it should. It's like throwing a party, but nobody opens the door to let the guests in. I remember one patient, Evelyn, age 68. She told me, "I eat oatmeal and eggs every morning. I cut out sugar, but my legs still feel weak." So we did a few tests. Then we adjusted her diet, cut back on refined carbs, added more greens, and focused on blood sugar-friendly foods. And guess what? Just 6 weeks later, Evelyn stood up from the couch without holding on to anything. One small change made the right way, at the right time, and the results were amazing. Now here's the best part. You can improve your insulin sensitivity at any age by saying no to added sugars, by choosing foods that keep your blood sugar steady like leafy greens, lean protein, berries, and whole grains. It's not magic. It's science, but it's also patience and a little bit of love for your body. So if you've been feeling tired or unsteady or like your strength is slipping away, don't be so quick to blame it on age. Instead, take a look at your plate and ask yourself, is this really what my muscles need? You don't have to change everything overnight. Just start today. I want you to pause for just a moment and think back to a recent day. Have you ever felt like you're eating okay? You try to keep your meals balanced: eggs, chicken, fish, maybe even add a protein shake, but somehow you're still feeling weaker. That feeling when getting up from a chair takes more effort than it used to, or when climbing just a few steps makes your legs tremble like your body's fighting against you. Have you ever felt that way? One of my patients, Jerry, 67 years old, came to see me, looking confused. He said, "Doc, I'm eating right. I walk every afternoon, but I feel weaker than I did just a month ago. Why?" After a long talk, I realized he was dealing with something I see far too often in people. Over 60-something many don't even know exists: anabolic resistance. Let me break that down simply. It means your body doesn't respond to protein the way it used to. Even if you eat enough, your muscles just don't absorb and rebuild the way they should. It's kind of like sending an important letter, but the person you're sending it to isn't home anymore to read it. And the older we get, the more common this becomes. But here's what I want you to remember. This isn't the end of the road. Anabolic resistance is not permanent, and it can be reversed. I've seen it with my own eyes. Patients who changed the type of protein they ate, added the right nutrients, and followed a smart, gentle workout plan. They didn't just stop the muscle loss. They actually regained strength. They stood up faster, walked more steadily, and best of all, that spark of hope came back to their eyes. Science now shows that if you eat the right amount of leucine, a special amino acid, at the right time of day, like in the morning, and pair that with simple resistance exercises. Your body starts to listen to protein again. It's like dry soil finally soaking up the first rain after a long drought. Your muscles begin to wake up and grow again. Now I know that takes patience and a little bit of faith in your body. But do you know what the most beautiful part is? Your body, even at 60, 70, or beyond, still wants to heal. It has not given up on you. So please don't give up on it. All it takes is sending the right message at the right time, and your body will answer with strength you thought you had lost long ago. My friend, I want you to pause for just a moment and think back to the last time your legs felt shaky walking down the stairs, or when your arms felt weak just lifting a light grocery bag. Have you ever wondered, why am I feeling this weak? I didn't do anything wrong. Well, I'm here to tell you it's not just your age, or at least not completely. There's something small but incredibly powerful that most people over 60 have never even heard of. It's called leucine. Leucine is an essential amino acid. That means your body can't make it on its own. You have to get it from food. But here's the key. This isn't just another nutrient. I call leucine the muscle wake-up switch, because without enough leucine, your muscles don't even know they need to grow or recover. You could be eating all the protein you want, but if there's no leucine in the mix, your body misses the signal. I had a patient, Jack, 72 years old. He was eating clean, walking every morning, even drinking protein shakes like the commercials say. But he kept getting weaker. His joints hurt. His balance got worse. When we looked at his diet and ran a few tests, it turned out he was missing leucine. So we added in leucine-rich foods like eggs, chicken, and especially grass-fed beef liver. And within just 3 months, Jack told me, "Doc, for the first time in years, I stood up from my chair without holding on to anything." See, leucine isn't just an amino acid. It's the spark that helps bring your muscles back to life, especially as you get older. It activates something called mTOR, a special enzyme that tells your body, hey, it's time to repair, rebuild, and get strong again. And the older we get, the more our bodies forget how to grow muscle on their own. Leucine is what wakes up that process again. Without it, you're not weak because you're lazy. You're weak because your body hasn't gotten the right message. So if you've been feeling stiff, off balance, or tired after doing something simple, I want you to ask yourself, could I be missing leucine? I'm not just here to give you information. I'm here to remind you your body still knows how to heal and rebuild. It just needs the right signal. And leucine, that's one of the most powerful signals of all. 7. When you eat is just as important as what you eat. I want you to imagine this. You wake up in the morning, soft sunlight is peeking through the curtains. Birds are chirping outside. But instead of feeling refreshed and full of energy, your legs feel heavy. Your body feels sluggish. And something as simple as getting out of bed now feels like a small challenge. I know that feeling. Not just because I'm 60 years old, but because for over 30 years, I've worked with thousands of patients, over 50 parents, and I've heard the same thing over and over again. They often say, I guess I'm just getting old. Right, doc? But you know what? Getting older isn't a sentence. It's a reminder to care for our bodies more wisely. And one of the first things you can shift is when you eat. Now, I'm not talking about harsh dieting or strict meal plans. No, I'm talking about something small but incredibly powerful. Eating at the right time to nourish your muscles, especially in the morning. A lot of us have light breakfast, a slice of toast, a cup of coffee, and we're out the door. But at our age, the body doesn't respond to protein the way it did in our 20s or 30s. We need more, and we need it at the right time to jumpstart the muscle-building process that's been quietly asleep. Studies have shown that eating around 30 grams of protein and at least 5 grams of leucine in the morning can reignite muscle synthesis, like flipping the on switch in your body's engine. One of my patients, Frank, he's 68, told me. I didn't believe it at first. Doc, but I started eating eggs, cheese, and a little meat every morning. A month later, I was climbing stairs without holding the railing. Something so simple, yet it completely changes quality of life. And it's not just about breakfast. If you spread your protein evenly across 3 meals, instead of loading it all at dinner, like many Americans do, your body can stay in a state of constant muscle repair and growth, like a steady, flowing stream of strength throughout the day. You see, eating right isn't just about what's on your plate. It's also about when you eat, so your body can absorb, use, and recover in the most effective way. So if you're looking to feel stronger again, don't go searching for something complicated. Start with one thing. A protein-rich breakfast. I always tell my patients, don't let your age decide your day. Let your breakfast do that. Are you ready to start your mornings in a whole new way? 8. Sleep well. Your body's natural muscle recovery tool. My friend, I want you to pause for a second and think about last night. How many hours did you sleep? Did you wake up a few times, toss and turn because of the ticking clock or aching legs? I'm not asking to worry you. I just want you to realize something important. Your muscles aren't built in the gym. They're rebuilt during sleep. I've worked with thousands of people over 50 for more than 30 years. And one thing that still breaks my heart is this. They can eat clean, exercise daily, take all kinds of supplements. But if they don't sleep, it all starts to fall apart. One of my patients, Margaret, 68, from Ohio once told me, "Doctor, I eat really healthy. I do morning yoga, but I still feel like I'm getting weaker every day." So I asked her more about her routine. Turns out she was only sleeping 4 to 5 hours a night. She stayed up reading the news and would wake up in the middle of the night with back pain. Just 2 weeks after improving her sleep habits, she called me and said, "Doctor, I can't believe sleep actually made me stronger. Now I can stand up without needing the armrest." It might sound small, but for older adults, getting a solid 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night is like taking a powerful prescription. Without the prescription, deep sleep helps your body release anabolic hormones, your natural recovery signals that repair damage, rebuild muscle, and restore your energy. Yes, the gym can stimulate your muscles, but it's during sleep that your body actually rebuilds them, not sleeping enough. It's like trying to build a house without any workers. I want you to picture this. A night of deep, uninterrupted sleep, no noise, no racing thoughts, just you and your recovery. The next morning, you wake up without that heavy feeling in your legs. You stand up without grabbing the chair. Sleep isn't laziness. For those of us over 60, sleep is a smart strategy to live stronger, more independently, and for longer. So tonight, instead of scrolling your phone or watching TV until midnight, try turning off the lights just a little earlier. Give your body a gift that no pill can replace. A full, healing night of sleep. You deserve it, and your body will thank you every single day. If any part of this feels true for you, share it in the comments. I'm here to listen and walk this journey with you. 9. Grass-fed beef liver, the muscle recovery. Superfood. You know, after more than 30 years working with thousands of patients over 60, I've come to believe something important. Sometimes, what our body needs isn't a stronger medicine. It's simply better food. One of my patients, James, 72 years old, came to see me walking slowly, legs barely holding him up. "Doc, I don't even have the strength to walk my dog anymore." He told me, but just a few weeks after changing his diet and adding in one very special food, everything began to shift. That food, nothing fancy, just grass-fed beef liver, the kind our grandparents used to cook. Now, I want you to imagine this. In just 100 grams of grass-fed beef liver, you get 9 grams of leucine, an amino acid that acts like a power switch for muscle rebuilding. Plus, it's packed with vitamin B12, which boosts energy and red blood cell production, and iron, which helps deliver oxygen to every cell in your body. People often think that building muscle is only for the young, but the truth is in our 60s and 70s, muscle is what helps us get out of bed, climb stairs, and stay balanced on the sidewalk. It's not about vanity, it's about independence. And here's the good news. You don't have to eat liver every day. Just once or twice a week in a stew, or as a small side, is enough to help fuel your body's recovery. Now, I get it, you might be thinking, liver, I don't like the taste of that. And that's fair. It's not for everyone. But when you realize that a single serving could help you stand more firmly, ache less, and have more energy to enjoy life, well, maybe it's worth giving it a try. Don't you think? Have you ever felt like your legs were getting weaker? Like a part of your strength was slowly slipping away? If so, maybe the answer isn't in a clinic. Maybe it's waiting for you right in your kitchen. And from the bottom of my heart, I hope you'll give this simple food a chance. Because good health doesn't start with big things. It starts with the small choices we make every single day. 10. Don't just eat more protein. Eat the right kind, at the right time. Dear friend, so many people over 65, even 75 come to me with the same question. "Doc, I eat plenty of meat. I drink milk. I even take protein supplements. So why do I still feel weak? Why don't I see any muscle?" I understand that frustration, and maybe you felt it too. The answer I always give gently but honestly is this. It's not that you're not eating enough. It's that you're not eating the right way. You see, our bodies don't work the same at 60 as they did at 30. Protein, the very thing our muscles are made from, isn't absorbed and used as efficiently as we age. Science calls this anabolic resistance. It means our muscles don't respond to protein as easily as they used to. So, simply eating more meat doesn't always mean getting stronger. One of my patients, Walter, 68, from Ohio, was very serious about getting enough protein, but he made one mistake. He ate most of it at dinner after a long, tiring day. The result? Still losing muscle, still struggling to climb stairs. When I guided him to spread his protein evenly throughout the day, especially getting enough in the morning. That's when the real change began. Imagine this. Instead of packing 60 grams of protein into one big dinner, you give your body 20 grams at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That allows your muscles to stay in recovery and rebuilding mode all day long. But it's not just when you eat protein, it's what kind you eat. 2. I often tell my older patients to focus on high-quality sources that are rich in leucine, the amino acid that flips the switch on muscle building, like grass-fed beef liver, eggs, salmon, chicken, whey protein. And here's a little-known tip. If you do any kind of movement, even a short walk or a few squats beside your chair, try to eat protein within 30 to 60 minutes afterward. That's the golden window, when your muscles are most hungry for nutrients and ready to rebuild. Building strength after 60 isn't about pushing harder. It's about listening to your body and feeding it what it needs, when it needs it. And if today is the day you start doing that, then trust me, your muscles and your future self will thank you for years to come. I always tell my patients, you don't need to be younger. You just need to be stronger than you were yesterday. Dear friend, if you've made it this far into the video, I believe something deep inside your heart is calling you. A quiet voice saying, I want to feel strong again. I want to take back control of my body. And that is a beautiful thing. I've worked with thousands of people in their 50s, 60s, even into their 70s. And I can tell you this, with complete honesty, your body can recover. You can regain your strength. It is not too late. One of my former patients, Linda, age 68, came to me barely able to walk. Her steps were shaky, her eyes filled with hopelessness. She looked at me and said, Doc, I think my time is up. I can barely get out of a chair. A few steps and my legs feel like jelly. But after a few simple changes, eating better, adding the right kind of protein and leucine, doing gentle squats each morning, and getting proper sleep, just 8 weeks later, Linda came back. She stood taller, walked with confidence, and smiled like someone who had just found her youth again. Have you ever felt like Linda? Have you ever wondered, can I be strong again? I want you to imagine this. You wake up one morning, no shaking legs. You rise from bed without holding on to anything. You take a walk around the house. Then you make a simple breakfast with 30 grams of protein and at least 5 grams of leucine, maybe from eggs, fish, or a little grass-fed beef liver. A food proven by science to help rebuild muscle in older adults. You don't have to change everything overnight. Start with 1 or 2 meals that include liver each week. Add a few squats or push-ups 2 or 3 times a week. And please, don't forget sleep, because muscles don't grow when we're working out. They grow when we're resting. You see, this journey back to strength, it doesn't have to be complicated. It just needs belief, consistency, and one small step to begin. If you found value in what I shared today, please click like so the YouTube algorithm shows this video to others who need it, just like you, and share this with someone you care about, because they might need to hear these words more than you know. Your body hasn't given up on you, and neither will I. Let's start again today. Do you agree?